haven't gotten into an actual fight in a very long time.
There we go.
4 years ago, we started trading. This guy
Omega
didn't
scuffed.
and like we took his keys because he like wanted to leave. They're like you didn't like yourself or somebody else. And so he tried to fight me. And he double like me.
Kind of sprawled and like held his neck, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna give you the count of 10 to let me go, otherwise I like have to knock you out because you're being a menace.
Yeah.
And he wouldn't stop, so I hit him a couple of times and he stopped moving. We put him in a bed.
Was just
What? You gotta put him in the bed facing to the side.
So go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep. But anyway, he
Seems like
woke
this
up-
audio's fine.
He like woke up the next day and he had a broken. He had to go to the doctor. He had a broken orbital socket, nose, a concussion. And I was like, I didn't mean to fuck you up quite that bad.
Hey, don't say anything permanent. You're already lying.
Oh,
So Noah's theoretically on his way. If there's any audio issues or anything, please let me know in chat and I will try my best to fix it. But yeah, we're live. We're at Worlds right now. Say hello, everyone. Let's go Runaways.
howdy everybody.
Hey, Josh, what's up? All right, so how was everyone's week in Flesh and Blood? How was your weekend? Come on, let's start with you.
It was like the first weekend that I played Flesh and Blood in probably like 2 months. Actually, when I got here and we were going to like the ceremony, or not the ceremony, the keynote, and it was on Thursday, and I was kind of like gauging the temperature of the room. I think there was at least like 30 to 40% of the people who just like looked like they did not want to be here.
that's
And yeah, and I was kind of the opposite, where I was just like, yo, I get to, play some Flesh and Blood. It's pretty gas. I think that the formats now are like pretty fun, but I think that I'm the beneficiary of not playing Flesh and Blood, which makes me enjoy it more.
Yeah, I'm gonna probably talk about this more in like a future video or something, but there's like this weird air of, for some people it was just like depression, some people it was like mourning almost. It was just this like weird sadness of like playing this event. I don't know, just like not being happy with like how things were or whatever, but I don't know. I was actually pretty happy to play Living Legend myself also. I was enjoying getting to play Dromai again.
As I was hyped, I got to play Viscera. Best deck.
Awesome. How was your weekend? Oh, how did you do in your events?
So I went 4-4 on day one of Worlds. I had 2 games that were really close that were just like variancy things that went wrong. I had at least one game that I played like a total buffoon that I could not have won even if I wasn't, and probably one game that I could have won if I wasn't a buffoon. Yeah, that's about it. So like my day one probably would have ranged anywhere from being 6-2 if I was really good at the game to I'm probably at the bottom, but it was still pretty good. I thought that the decks that I chose were strong, and
You play Viserai and LL and then KO?
yeah, KO and CC. So I thought that the decks that I chose were really good. I played the Calling today and yesterday, and I went 9-4. I thought that in at least 3 of my losses, I had to get unlucky / my opponent had to get lucky in like 3 distinct interactions every game that I lost. And I still had like a chance to win if like one of those interactions goes a different way. And then one game, my opponent got lucky in a way that I could not do anything other than win the die roll in order to win. But if he gets a little bit less lucky where I win the die roll, I also win that game. So I don't know, I felt pretty good about it overall.
Just some variance points out of your control?
Yeah, well, so I think I have a different relationship to variance than like most of the Flesh and Blood community these days, because I know for a lot of people where this is kind of like your first card game that you're taking like very seriously competitively, you think that everything is in your control. And when I remember when I first started playing Flesh and Blood, it was like, oh, you could have always done something better like every game. That's kind of like how people feel about it. But the fact is that 1, like everybody's gotten a lot better overall, and 2, like it was always like this, just people weren't good enough. That there's always like card game elements to it.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. That's kind of how I felt about it.
Do you think you would have done better if you played more, like actually practiced?
I think if I had played Armories for like a week, I probably would have played KO a little bit better. But Viscera, I felt like I was playing pretty well.
You're a Viscera guy. You literally LL'd him
Yeah.
in the good format.
Yes.
Can't let people forget that.
Yeah, it's good.
Okay, so Austin, how was your weekend in Flesh and Blood?
It was pretty fun. I was kind of dooming like the week or two leading up, just testing LL and CC. And then like the week of Worlds, I listened to Yuanji and I just kind of vibed out and I stopped like grinding games as much.
Yeah, I just saw you like every night on the Discord playing Vintage Cube.
Every night.
Yeah, I just like
Yeah, it's fun.
yeah, it's nice to if you get like overly stressed prepping for an event, I think it's important to like take a step back and even if it's like any other form of hobby, like engross yourself in that for a little bit, and then you have like a wider appreciation for like the game you're actually playing competitively. Like I can sink like hundreds of hours into testing like for CC and LL, but at the end of the day, like I can only like do so much. So I think it's important to like give yourself a break and recognize when you're like starting to feel burnt out or overly stressed, because that's actually not helping you like do better. But yeah, once I kind of realized that like I just at first and foremost, this is a hobby that I choose to play attempt to play professionally. I had a much better outlook on the event overall. And I actually think the tournament was quite fun. I had a really good time. I had really fun games with people, no real negative interactions. So yeah, I think I had a pretty good time. I had a lot of fun hanging out with the team and people I don't get to see very often. So I think it was a good event overall.
Yeah, also like perspective is really important. Like you can play Magic like competitively for years, and you will never qualify for Worlds.
Yeah.
Like you will never qualify for a Pro Tour.
Well, their world is also way smaller.
Yeah, but I'm saying like, you're never going to qualify for a Pro Tour, and you can try really hard, and you just won't. So I think just like even being in the position to like play in this tournament is already
Very privileged.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you just pay for it though.
Yeah, this being my first Worlds was really cool. So I didn't want to ruin it just by being stressed out about my performance, and I think that reflected in my performance overall. So
Which was?
I ended 47th, so good enough for top 64. I had some goofy losses that I think I threw a couple of games away. I definitely threw my final round in the trash can, but it didn't matter. We were playing for top 60.
Where within top 64?
Yeah, so it literally didn't matter.
Elo, that definitely matters.
Yes, improving my elo. But I
4 points now.
yeah, true. I lost to Ian and Jacuzzi, who both were in top 8. Congrats to them. And I think I had a lot of like really fun games. The nice thing is like after LL, which all my games were like super fast, like really tight decision points, and then some things just out of both of our controls. Like either I exploded them or they exploded me. I got to play like an hour-long Gravy Mirror. That was like my favorite game of the weekend. I don't remember my opponent's name, but he was super cool and we had a lot of fun. Neither of us like just generated a ton of gold more than the other. No one like giga high rolled. So we like actually played the game the whole way through. So that was awesome. I'm trying to think if I have any other like super notable games. I went 4-1 into Syndra as Gravy. Matchup's not doomed. Just simply win. My deck is designed to do this.
Apparently mine was not.
Yeah, overall, great weekend. I had a ton of fun. It was cool exploring Philly and hanging out with the boys. So, how about you, Pheano? How was your weekend in Flesh and Blood?
So I ended up going 9-4-1, getting 38th place in Worlds. I played Gravy Bones and Dromai in the event. I had a lot of fun actually playing LL. I was really enjoying the games. Are all very interesting. Felt like I was making impactful decisions during my games. And there's like a lot of cool stuff happening in them. I played one game on stream, and that was a game where like I already knew that I was going to lose when I sat down. The chain matchup is Doomer. I also completely forgot what my arsenal was on turn 1. I thought I had a Miragai in arsenal, and I went to play it, and I was like,
If only
wait,
there was
this
a
is...
mechanic where you could see.
I was like, let me play this Miragai, and I was like, this is not only not a Miragai, but not a legal game action I can make. I had to dissolve reality in Arsenal, and I opened the turn with Oath of Loyalty. So I was like, I pitched a red to play with dissolve, and I was like, wait, what?
You have a DLC token.
No.
You're playing Draconic.
And then the game hit a point where I was like, okay, I have definitely lost this game. I'm never winning, but we can make a fun line on camera. We'll just do something for the audience. No blocks. Go to like single digits. I have lost this game. He calls me. I get rid of the red in my hand. I then go pitch blue to play Dominia, swing Dominia, take the blue out of his hand. It has no Phantasm. Crack boots, swing Dominia again, take the other blue out of his hand.
That's pretty good.
I was like, I mean, I definitely lose this game because he's at like 30 and he has an Ursa in play. But like,
Actually, you did the thing.
it was pretty cool. I was like, yeah. But yeah, it was pretty good. I thought Dromai was really well positioned in the meta, especially with how the meta kind of like shook out. I really expected, because of the like really late changes to the metagame with the BNR and everything, people were gonna like just send it with decks that they were comfortable with, like Starvo or something, even though I didn't think Starvo was a great pick for the event. And with the sudden uptick in Marlin and how that like impacted a lot of the decks, I figured the meta would kind of shake out in such a way that was profitable for Dromai, and that's exactly what happened. It burned people's sideboard slots. It led to a meta that was pretty favorable for me. And it's one of those things where like I'm playing a deck that I'm very comfortable playing. I played Dromai for 2 years. I imagine I played more games of all those matchups than my opponents had, so I had an edge there. And even if it was a matchup that I wasn't familiar with, play the deck for long enough that I can think on my feet with the deck and kind of figure it out as I go. Because I think the edge in this format was playing a deck that you're comfortable with so you make less mistakes than your opponent, because the mistakes in this format were so egregiously punishing. You make a mistake and you kind of just lose the game instantly in a lot of these matches. So, and you know, I also expected to get like at least one game where my opponent has just literally never played against Dromai in their life. I did get that one game where my opponent was like, I need to read all of your cards. We got our free win from that. Yeah, I mean, calculated, not lucky. I knew it was going to happen.
Unlucky for him.
And then in the CC portion, Gravy Bones just didn't want to work for me. Been talking about this for a while, where it feels like you go.
You gotta raise the wedge.
It feels like like the Levia thing where you start X2 every event because the deck shitting the bed.
Yeah.
Gravy starts 4-2. You get 4 free wins, 2 free losses. Instead, I got.
You keep saying that, but I'm questioning.
Instead, I got 3 free losses. The deck just. I got 4 free wins. I got 3 free losses where my deck just did not want to cooperate with me.
Yeah.
Fortunately and unfortunately, 2 of those games were against Syndra. It's like, if I'm going to have my deck shitting the bed, it might as well be in the matchup that I'm already not favored in. Like, okay, whatever. That's fine. Like, one of my Syndra games, I go first and I start the game with 4 gold. We're lit. I proceed to not be able to take an action that reduces my opponent's life total for 4 straight turns. I cannot make an attack for 4 turns. I'm like, what is this nonsense? This is absolute bonkers. Whatever, man. Fuck Gravy.
Well, you guys have to simply win. I've heard the good advice.
Yeah, my opponent decided that they would win that game. It is what it is. Gravy giveth, gravy taketh. Event was pretty well run. I had a pretty good time. Rounds went pretty smoothly. No real complaints about anything. I had fun. I had a good time. Was happy to play some Flesh and Blood. How was your weekend?
So I had a great time. I decided to not play in a single rated event. I chose not to play in Worlds or the Calling.
Do they still have rated? Are the events still rated?
Yeah.
Yeah, like competitive REL. I did not play in a tier 4 or 3 event, whatever. Like, I wanted to play in the Battlehorn, but they sold out like weeks ago.
Yeah.
I could have been lottery. I couldn't be bothered.
Yeah.
Fuck that. So I played side events. I went 25-3 in side events. And at first you're like, oh, that's a really good record. Wait, all the good people are playing in the rated events. I actually played a lot of really good people in a lot of the side events. My only loss day 1 was to Jacob Allen, who's first seed in Worlds. He's just down like why are you in my event? He's like, hey, James. And this is like the last round of the event or whatever. And I'm just like, what the heck, man?
just loves flushing and
Well,
blowing.
he went 12-0 that day. I went 11-1. So, you know, I guess he's the better player. He top 8 at Worlds, I did.
Yeah, like what is it like to just like run the tables at World and be like, that's not enough for me now. I gotta go beat up these bozos.
Yeah, right?
on the side- on the side
Dude, it was high seas limited. He did not play a high seas limited deck into me. He just like conquered me on a turn, just like eat my ass.
He was playing Gravy Bones.
Yeah, no, but like a good Gravy Bones deck. His deck was cracked. My deck was
Yeah, he was playing Blitz Gravy Bones.
yeah.
And you were
I
playing-
got scammed.
You were
I got
playing High
scammed.
Seas Limited.
I tried to do Pheano Proud, and I played in the Gold Foil Commoner event. I've never played Commoner before, so that was interesting. And I was describing people the entire day. You know, you say like, oh, the 60 cards I brought. I was saying 50 the whole day. And then I was like staying with a bunch of people, including some judges. They're like, you keep saying the number 50. Why? I'm like, yeah, you get 50 cards. They're like, Commoner's 52. I'm like, oh, that's cool. And I also forgot a card that I registered, which was No Room Gloves, but I never played a matchup for that, so it didn't matter. So I had 49 cards, still top that event.
Oops.
And I also had a shit ton of 1-ups in my deck because I couldn't physically find the cards for the event. Like I had like one Wounding Bowl, one Findel's Fighting Spirit Red. You know, classic things. I was playing Bolton.
You gotta open some Rosetta archive packs.
I did.
Oh,
I opened a whole box. I opened like $5. It was horrible.
See, you should have gotten my box. My box had a Grasp and a Warmongers.
Oh,
Scammed. But yeah, I had a great time. I sad I didn't win the Commoner Gold Foil event. I'm not as good as you, I guess. So whatever.
I heard the
And,
top 4 of that event was 4 Iris.
So it was a 64-man event, capped, and I heard it was like 70% Ira or something, about that, maybe 60. But like at least 40 of the people there were playing Ira, and then top 8 was like 6 Iras and 2 Ultims or something. I was one of the Ultims. I felt like I got casting couched.
What a
so.
sweet event.
And my highlight of the weekend was I got the best big card, all the E's in big. I got the Heart of Findel cold foil,
the oversized card.
oversized card. I got the budget Heart of Findel cold foil. I'm very proud of that. I was so happy. I was walking all over Philly, being like, "This is a lot of money. I feel like someone's gonna fucking like steal from me." That was probably a punt. It was like midnight walking around, but I don't know. I was just in a pizza shop and it was just like up against the window, and I was like, I don't know. And it attracted all the FAB players. They were all just like eating pizza in there. It was very fun.
What are you gonna do with it? You gonna like frame it or something?
No, I'm gonna sell it.
Okay, so anyone that wants it,
Money.
I guess anyone that wants it, let us know. We're taking offers, I guess.
But I went around. So I know people from all over the world that I've made through Fab Friends. You two are literally the first 2 people to tell me that they've had fun at the event who played in a rated event. Every other person,
Oh, I had like so much fun.
I got to play Dromai.
you 3. Every other person I talked to was just like, I don't want to be
I know
here.
Raj had fun playing this, right?
I don't want to be here. I don't want to play LL, whatever. Everyone was kind of mopey. And I came being like glowing. Like, I
Oh,
don't know.
you're just hanging around negative Nancy's.
That's true. But I talked to a lot of good players.
I will say that you were talking about kind of dooming before. I was a little bit on the event, just like the how this cycle panned out. I was a little unhappy with it. Not, a little unhappy is an understatement. I was fairly
very
unhappy.
unhappy.
I was very unhappy with how this cycle panned out from LSS and everything. I managed to have fun in the event still.
Yeah.
But like I got to play my nostalgia deck, and I did good with my nostalgia deck. I think if all of my games turned into 2-turn games that were just nonsense, I definitely wouldn't have had fun.
Yeah.
I happen to have almost all real games in LL,
Yeah.
or my opponent didn't get to have a real game because their deck just like didn't function, and then well, my deck's functioning, so I'm having fun. I get all the fun.
I think a lot of it has to do with like your expectations. So like, what are you expecting out of what a testing cycle should look like versus like whatever. So I think everybody is like maybe a little bit spoiled by what LSS is trying to do sometimes. Like I know, I want to say we, but I don't think I give them like a lot of shit for how short or long some of the cycles are. I personally think that the cycles are way too long before tier 4s, but you know, like everybody has all this expectation on, you know, how prepared they're supposed to be, and so like, yeah, like.
But are you fine with the BNR like a week before Worlds?
Yeah.
The check.
I'm fine with like them releasing the set and like the week before Worlds and like figure it out.
I think that's different than surprise ban lists.
Well, so
I have two things. I have an expectation of what I think is fair to people's time for how long the cycle should be for testing.
Yeah.
And don't keep yanking my chain on surprise, surprise, surprise. Like it's, I don't want high Cs where it's like almost less than a week to figure it out, and also you got to get the cards.
Yeah.
That's egregious. I think 2 to 3 weeks is probably fine.
Yeah.
But the surprise, surprise, surprise throughout the thing, and you have all this time leading up to it where you should be practicing for the event, but you kind of know the format's going to get shaken up, makes it feel like your time's getting wasted. My biggest thing is I don't want my time to feel like it's being wasted intentionally by them.
Yeah.
That feels disrespectful to my time.
So I think that's like a matter of perspective, right? So it's just like you could spend time prepping, or you could spend time playing arena drafts.
Or I could spend my time complaining on Twitter until they ban the cards.
Yeah, I mean like,
That was my testing cycle.
I know, because like,
Big brain.
if you don't have like the expectation, because like you know that things are gonna change. I think I will agree with you that the execution was bad in the sense that I think the ultimate like FU to like all the people is if they made no changes, because if they make no changes and then you're like trying not to test.
Oh yeah, that would have been
like I think even worse.
But this was also compounded by the fact that a lot of people would have used the ProQuest season as like testing. It's not the best testing, but it's hard to get games on Talishar or whatever, and
Especially when it keeps crashing.
Not everyone has a team, and that's a different issue. And,
Yeah, please don't update Talishar a bunch right before a major in the future. That would
I like
that'd be
the new
key.
anime.
Philip, we love you, but
Yeah, we love you guys. We love your service.
The Talus, right?
No, he's February.
fuck, I still love you.
Yeah, we love you guys. Maybe don't update it a ton right before a major. Do that like during the downtime.
But like
I like the new anime.
But the lack of like, usually stores get chosen to be like, you have to do this format or this format. From my understanding, because I also run like a ProQuest or a Armory, that we had the choice of doing either, and I just went, we're not doing LL. And everyone else, I believe, also chose not to do LL. Yeah. And even if we had chosen to do LL, we couldn't have played in it. I won one, he won one, I judged mine. I did, my community service, but like, that's not cool. That's a different issue, but like, we didn't even have ProQuest to practice for it. Yeah. So
we thought more events would be scheduled.
I think LL, I think LL as a format actually is like very like asymmetrically favoring people who played a lot. 2 years ago.
I don't disagree. He talked about this. Like
you don't agree?
No, I do agree. Like
you do.
like Pheano even said, like he got a free win against someone who hasn't played against Romai.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
And I played Dromai for 2 years, and I've played a lot of these matchups on Dromai in the past. I got to update my matchup knowledge slightly. Yeah. Like things have changed. I have new cards. They have new cards, but I understand the fundamentals of the matchup, and I can think on my feet on this deck.
Yeah. So I would say that I honestly think that it's hard for me to say this because I did play a lot around 2 years ago. But if I'm trying to put myself in the shoes of somebody who hasn't.
Yeah.
One way that you could have spent the time well was just playing all of the LL decks.
That is a tall task, but I agree.
That's like
you don't have to play them like a lot.
I understand.
That is one of my issues. I talked about this somewhere else. One of my issues with the LL format is it feels like you have to cover a wide breadth of updating your knowledge if you're coming into the format fairly fresh. Yeah. There's a lot of decks you have to learn, a lot of matchups you have to learn. It's a lot all at once. It's not just like, oh, I'm just updating my knowledge for the new set of heroes or something like that. And I don't think that's necessarily a problem because the idea should be that, well, the format hasn't moved significantly in a long time. It's like Legacy or something like that where it's updating very slowly. There's a new deck added every now and then. I just have to add my knowledge of that one new deck or whatever because it's a Legacy format. So if this had been like a competitive format for the past year or so that we've been getting events for, people would have went, okay, well, a year ago we had a calling. I spent all this time learning these matchups for the calling. We've added 3 new decks to the meta since then maybe. I've slowly been up, but to front load all of that learning in a very short amount of time is pretty difficult, especially when you're trying to learn a second constructed format. Because I think ideally LL should be a format that if you're doing a dual constructed format like this, you're actually putting very little time into the LL format because you're like, I already know what's going on. What am I playing? Update my matchup knowledge slightly. I'm done with my prep.
I think it depends from person to person. I think somebody who got into the game in the last year probably should have spent most of their time playing LL.
Yes.
Which is like so hard to do. Like,
I
before
think
the past couple
availability
months,
of games
if
is a big
you
issue.
tried to play LL before like a month ago on Talishar, good luck. The queues were so long.
I think the availability of the games is the big issue.
Like you probably would have to go find like a small personal Discord or something.
Yeah, it's also the games are generally like pretty fast. So
Or
like
they're
you,
really long. They're like 1 to 2.
Yeah, so like if you're like say you're playing like a bunch of Viscerai mirrors or like chain mirrors, like things like that, or just like aggro decks like into aggro decks, the games go by really fast, so like your margin for error is like really low, and then there is like, I would say LL has a bit more variance than CC currently, just because of the power spikes.
Oh really? I feel like the opposite.
Well, so I guess the best way for me to put it is like in CC, the variance is that like there's a lot of powerful decks that do powerful things inconsistently, but then in LL, everyone's doing powerful things all the time, but then sometimes you just blow up out of nowhere instead of like, usually the games go like 4 or 5 turns in either direction, was at least my experience, but then like sometimes like I just would kill somebody on turn 2 with 0 setup and they were just dead because I drew like the thing. Like
That's true.
But I think playing in LL, the best thing that the best.
How do you think I feel when the Gravy Bones goes turn 0? What's it called? Called by the grave, and then they play the chum from their graveyard that they get, and then they like tap 3 and play Sovereigns. It's the same thing.
Sure.
Like I'm not dead.
You're just massively behind.
I
Sure.
lost the game already.
Yeah. I feel. I mean, we have that with like Prism too. Like imagine like your Prism opponent just goes like Genesis passing into a Guardian like turn 0. Like you've probably lost the game.
Well, they already lost the game when they submitted Guardian to the event.
True, but
That's a different problem.
What about Starvo?
No.
This is CC.
Yeah, what about Starvo?
Well, also they're bozo for playing Starvo, but that's a different thing. I think Starvo's a bad pick for this event, but I already said that.
yeah. I mean, people could like try to metagame and
I
play
think it's okay.
and play like Jarl and Victor to like capitalize like on all the Syndras.
There is certainly a
it's
worse
okay.
choice.
Yes,
I think it's okay.
You can play
I
Betsy.
think Star Wars not actually as bad of a pick as you think.
he's just consistent.
Yeah.
He's just not like doing fundamentally more powerful things on. If he's high rolling, it's worse than most of the other heroes high rolling.
Yeah,
I don't think that's true.
I think the
I think that's
introduction
true.
of Base of the Mountain kind of makes it to where like you kind of have like this comeback mechanic. Like at some point in the game, like you're like, okay, I've been getting bazinged like a bunch of turns in a row. I'm going to use this as a turn cycle to like give them my base, block my hand, and if they don't do it again next turn, I take back the momentum. I hate saying tempo and Flesh and Blood, but like you get like a little bit of momentum in your favor. You maybe clear cards out of their hand. They just throw like a hammer or something. But like, I guess back to the point of like actually learning LL is like the games are like pretty short. Your margin for error is like pretty small, and then like also finding games is difficult. Like even as like a pretty big team, I would say like until like probably like 2 weeks leading up to Worlds, it was like actively pretty hard to get people to want to test LL. Like we obviously played LL games because we needed to, but like nobody really
The desire
wanted it.
was low.
Everyone was
no-
like, I guess. Nice.
They're like, if you really need me to, I assume we can. Like, usually whenever Yuanji and I would play games, we'd play like 4 or 5 Viscerai mirrors, and then we would just draft Magic after that for the rest of the night. Yeah, it was awesome.
I don't know, those games, when you were learning Viscerai, probably weren't very helpful for you, but it was actually pretty helpful for me because I guess we're just like looking at different things. So like when I'm playing like the Viscerai mirrors with you, and then you're like, last Viscerai, I lost that turn, whatever. In my head, I'm thinking about like all of the things that lead to like how I can like generate this early kill, and like what card that I
How do I
draw.
manufacture the situation?
Yeah, like I draw this card and it bricks me. So maybe I want to like cut down on this card.
Right. Well, I definitely left the deck building to you and Raj, and I think you guys both did a really good job. I was not going to even attempt to innovate, but when I got sent a list that was like a bunch of 1 and 2-ofs, I was like, I'm on board. I love my goofy ratios. Like my gravy decks are usually like very odd ratioed decks.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I definitely could have dug deeper into LL, explored a little bit more of deck building. But at the end of the day, like a week leading up, I was like, I think like 2 weeks leading up to Worlds, I was like, I'm just gonna play a couple games of all the decks, and then I'm just gonna like basically flip a coin and choose one. And I landed on Viscerai, and I did exactly what I wanted to do. I went 3-3 in LL. I literally flipped.
You've done it.
I've literally flipped coins. When I won, I thought to myself, yes. When I lost, I thought to myself, no. and that's perfect. And I played against a ton of like enjoyable people. So honestly, even though like the actual play experience was fairly negative, the games were still fun because like FAB generally just has like a really good community of people. So like the game can go horribly and I can be like salting off, right? But at the end of the day, like my opponent was super cool. We had a good conversation, like whatever. Like, I don't know. I tend to not salt off for very long, so.
I salted off for 1 round during this event. If you guys follow me on Twitter, you probably already saw it. My classic once per event crash out from scab skins.
Always right in the
I played against a KO, one of the, I guess they're called Table 1 now, but they're originally Value Vampires, who registered KO, and he rolled scabs 3 times and hit 2 6s, one of them using all 3 action points. And I thought I was going to complain, but then he got exploded, so I was just like, it's fine.
He died? So it didn't
No,
matter?
no, I won.
Yeah, he died. So
Yeah, he died, yeah.
Oh, then you can have all the 6s you want.
Yeah, I would have salted off if I lost because he rolled 6s, and that's bad side of variance for me, but I won, so I'm just better.
That's that means stuff.
Yes.
Yeah, my opponent went blood rush, roll scabs, go 4 wide with 3 reds.
Yeah, I think it's funny that you guys talk about like whether or not it's like a negative player experience. I think my experience in terms of like variance mattering situations, I think in CC there's actually fewer spots where like I can have a variance altering line where the point of variance is like the thing that like affects me. So I'll give you an example. I played KO into Verdant. I played KO into Verdant's 1 game in Worlds, and in my mind, the only thing that was kind of variance affecting was I attacked with a Reckless Stampede. He blocks. He's like pretty much telegraphing that he's going to block with a card in a D-React. And on the first clash that we do, he flips a Command and Conquer, and I flip a No Fear. And so I do 1 less damage, and then that 1 damage ends up mattering quite a lot later. But to me, that was like the only like real point of variance in the entire game. Whereas in Living Legend, I feel like there's multiple variance points
That are high impact.
and you have to hit multiple ones in order to win or lose.
And that's kind of what I was talking about earlier of like the mistakes mattering thing. It's like these little things, and in like CC, it'll be like a 1-2 point swing where you're like, I'm having these like really small things mattering.
Well, it's like a 1 or 2 point swing that you can't like make up anywhere else.
But then in LL, it's like it could be the entire game right there.
Yeah, I played Raj. My first turn, I went Machinations, Blue Rune Rager, Weapon, going second in the Viscerai mirror. So I did a 3-card 5, and then he died like 2 or 3 turns later.
Skill.
Purple pizza.
I think it's skill. I play tome. I flipped 2 cards
The skill was
into
including
my
tone.
hand. I didn't draw them. They went into my hand.
Which
you
tome?
can't crown a balance that.
Which tone?
Huh?
Which
Of the Arknight.
Arknight. Oh!
Yeah, I
Pot of Gamble.
It is literally when you LO Vitzrai all over again.
Yeah.
Pot of Gamble.
Yeah.
yeah.
That card's sick.
Yeah, I resolved every tome I activated. I drew 2 additional cards from my deck. Or I
Well, no, you
added
did not draw.
I added 2 additional
Very
cards
important
to my deck.
distinction.
Yeah, but everybody's like playing balance of justice into you. Like when you don't play the cash in, you
Yeah.
play the tome, and then you put them in, and they try to activate their hat. They're like, no.
No.
I put them into my hand.
I actually didn't know that until just now.
Yeah.
I also didn't know that until just now. And I was playing the card.
Wait, did you let people balance?
No one sub balance into me.
Lucky.
No.
Okay,
You would have let it happen.
Maybe. I would have read the card, I think.
Okay, I want a topic segue here. Kind of adjacent though, of like the identity of the format in LL and the future of that format.
Yeah.
Because I've already talked to you guys a little bit about this over the course of like the weekend a bit. I think the format has a bit of an identity crisis, as well as like what's going to go on in the future of it. So like the one thing is like there's been such a negative reception to the format that I'm a little worried that LSS is going to kind of see this and go, I guess you guys don't want this format anymore, and they're basically just going to full stop supporting the format and just going to be the fun format in the future. And then the other point is it feels like the format has an identity crisis of, is this supposed to be the fun, do cool things format? Or is this supposed to be CC plus, where it's like a balanced CC format where every hero is legal?
Yeah.
And like the way they balanced this event felt like we had one foot in each pool, and we did neither of them well.
Yeah.
I'm curious what you guys think about all this. I guess starting with the future of them supporting the format.
I would honestly like if Living Legend took on more of like a community-oriented place in all the formats that get supported.
Like voting for which heroes are legal.
Or like,
Okay,
or like,
don't even. I'm like this close to crashing out about that.
or like voting for like the ban list, or having like some kind of like community
Don't unzip me.
community panel similar to like they had a Commander and Magic for a while. And the reason why I feel this way is because if you think about what an eternal format is really, who the eternal format is really for, I think it's really for the people who are going to be the most dedicated fan base in terms of collecting cards.
You're super enfranchised players.
Yeah. So it doesn't really make sense for me that you, as a company, that LSS should devote like a lot of human resources in trying to make this work. I actually had a conversation with Trevor like 2 years ago, like a year and a half, 2 years ago, and at the time he told me that they were going to try to just make LL kind of organic, grow organically. And then there must have been, like some kind of like shift in how they were approaching it.
We thought more events would be scheduled. I'm still cracking up about that.
Well, no, because I think that the way that it ended up panning out with starting, I guess, from like calling Chicago, and then they were kind of like, and then they made it like a ProQuest format. I think they were trying to like push it. It's like, hey, like play LL. But I think the point of playing LL is actually more of you've been playing the game for so long and you've built up this collection of cards that you just want like an outlet for that. I told Brian in private messages that I thought banning Rosetta, for example, was one of the worst decisions that they ever made. And
It's an iconic card in the game.
Yeah, they made a.
it's the chase card in the set Rosetta,
Yeah.
right?
Where are you going to play it now?
Yeah, well, I think they should unban the card immediately. But my point is that, and this is a sentiment that I've gotten a lot from talking to some of the more dedicated collector side of Flesh and Blood over the weekend. And then this is an area that I think LSS is doing a worse job at managing recently, is between like the stuff in Pen and their handling of the LL format. I think that they're not in tune with wants of this part of their audience segment as they're trying to like put it all together with like the competitive base and like everything else. And I think that they should honestly just stop trying to make some of these like more collector focused things also integrated into the competitive side of the game. And if you just like, if you just like separate them, then I think it's fine.
That's an interesting thought. Like your point of them not being like, I forget the way that you just phrased it, but like not understanding the wants of specific groups within the game.
Yeah.
That almost feels like that could be like a broader thing of a lot of the different things of the game. Like they seemed surprised that people didn't want to figure out a format within a week. They were like, I guess we hear you guys that you didn't want that, so we'll give you longer notice on like what the format's going to look like before a major.
Yeah.
And it seemed like they didn't think that's what we wanted. I don't know. It seems like that's like a number of different things in the game are kind of that right now. They think that we want one thing, and that they are incorrect in that.
Yeah, I think it probably just has to do with, it's like a combination. One, their staff probably just like their staff wasn't like built out to have like enough of like a community presence. Like they don't have like do they have a community relations manager?
I don't know.
I don't know either. There, at least in my mind, there isn't like somebody at LSS at all of these events who just goes around, and his job is to just like talk to all the players and to like collect feedback on,
I always have like at least one conversation with like somebody who works with them or a dev or something like that.
Yeah, but you're seeking that conversation.
True. I just talk to people I know. But
But I think
He's saying
but it's never consistently the same person.
Yeah, like
So
this should be somebody's job.
Yeah,
Somebody's job should be
agree.
like, okay, like there's like these 4 distinct segments.
It's like the pink vest judges, where it's
Yeah.
like, oh God, what's the name of that role?
It's the experience coordinator.
Experience coordinator.
Yeah.
Where they're trying to figure out like how we felt about how the event was run and everything from like a player perspective of like the competitive integrity and all those different things. But like getting someone that's not just a judge for that aspect of it to be like a broader sentiment of the game.
Yeah, and I think that's super important because,
Come on in.
I can totally understand. Let's say between around the time of Tales of Aria to Hunted, I can totally believe that there just aren't enough people working at the company to manage everything, right?
I have felt growing pains within the community.
Yeah, and so like I totally get it. I don't expect them to nail everything on the first try, but you could tell that there's like an issue with like making everything like super hyper competitive focused. And now I think that they've done a lot of work in the last year or so to improve the casual play experience. I think that
I agree. I was trying to talk to Pheano about this over the past weekend of right now, it's so weird. There's like such a dichotomy of getting into the game financially is the worst it's ever been.
Yeah.
Also the best. They have Silver Age and they're trying to do that. We're super cheap. CC is at an all-time high. It's so weird. Playing at like the middle, like ProQuest level is fantastic. Like in New England, we have the most events we've ever had. There's more 1Ks, like between New England and the Philly area, etc. There's all these like extra events and circuits that are coming out. But
As long as you're not banned.
But then at the highest level, they're doing the banning of ProQuests, and no one's happy with LL. So it's like really weird at the top end. But that whole middle section is fantastic. I saw somebody made a post that like their vlog last year at Worlds was like over the past year had like 50,000 views, but in the first 3 hours they had like 40,000 for this one.
Yeah.
So like there's a lot of that coming out. So the casual audience is very happy, but like new players aren't really coming in, and the
Noah,
top-end players aren't.
Get over here.
I think you play. Wait, you
Like CC players.
Don't look at me and breathe.
The onboarding is good with like Silver Age.
I don't think that's true. I think that there are a lot of people who like just started playing CC. At least I know, like for sure. When I was playing Worlds,
Yeah, of course you're joining. Sit down.
I know when I was playing Worlds,
Here.
that-
No. You go in the middle, so you're between the two microphones.
Yeah.
Between two mics, new show.
You shift over.
Yeah, like I know
You
when
two
I was
shift over
playing
just slightly.
PC in Worlds, there's like definitely people who are kind of getting into competitive CC for the first time.
Yeah.
Watch
All my opponents. That's true.
But like, it's hard to get in for like.
this. I think you can bring it closer.
Financially, it's awful.
But it's only bad financially because there's so many people trying to get into CC.
I mean,
that's my
that could
point.
be, but it's like I can't even
That's good
defend
enough.
this anymore.
Yeah.
Like, Pheano and I
Thanks.
buy and sell cards for a living.
Yeah.
Totally not a plug. And like, it's just so difficult to like
am I
talk to
saying?
people. Like, I'm playing the Gundam card game right now, and when I go to the Gundam events, every single person, I put on my FAB playmat, and everyone asked me, should they play FAB? I'm like, it's a fantastic game. They're like, how much are the decks? I'm like, ugh.
Yeah, I remember I was at PQ earlier this season, and there was two like commander players inquiring about the game. And normally I would be like, go into the full sales pitch of the game,
Yep.
and let me talk about my Lord and Savior Flesh and Blood. And I just didn't even bother because I'm like, how am I going to recommend the game to someone when it's over $1,000 for a deck?
Yeah,
I'm not even going to bother.
Yeah.
I think that does more harm to getting that person into the game than trying to get them into the game, because I would rather that they are vaguely aware the game exists, and then maybe if they look into the game in the future, the price has dropped and now sales
and
pitch
it
them.
has fixed itself, but yeah, I can't.
Because like they're gonna look at the game and go, this is the super expensive game, and they're never going to remove that thought from their head, and they're gonna go, I'm not gonna play this game, it's too expensive, and now they will never try it again in the future because it's stuck in their head, it's expensive.
People still complain about like alpha and first edition
It took
prices. Yeah.
it took years for people to
Yeah.
stop having that thought.
I think I provide a lot of value.
What do you have to say, Noah?
I have something to say. Are you talking about a crowd that's casual or competitive?
Oh, you missed the whole thing.
Oh, he's saying like whether or not. So
Who ripped
Yeah,
ass?
where were you for the?
You ripped ass? Oh my god, it smells terrible. It was you?
Huh?
Okay, someone go ahead. It smells terrible. Someone ripped ass, for sure.
What was it, me?
At least it won't pass through to the mic. Okay, go ahead. What was talking about?
The fact that we're
I
sitting
think
next to
I
a
was
bathroom.
saying that LSS.
You probably wafted it in. You just came from the
That was a
bathroom.
powerful odor. We are about 100 feet from this bathroom. There's no way that we should have that kind of odor. Okay, go ahead.
Sorry, all this time.
I really enjoyed it.
Okay.
It was just
I was saying that they need a
giving
community
directions
manager
from a
role.
window, like 3 stories.
Because I think that they haven't been in tune with like all of their different market segments, like audience segments,
Yeah.
and everything feels like it's trying to like cater to. They're trying to like homogenize their audience, but in the last year they've done a pretty good job of at least like carving out like more budget
Yeah.
and like the competitive circuit.
Yeah, I'm talking about when Pheano says he's like trying to talk to rando people. Are those rando people at like a Magic regional trying to like get their invite to the Grand Prix, or?
No, this is like random person at the LGS.
yeah, like we're at a ProQuest and we're just like hanging out. There's commander players and
What's that store with the the game room that's attached?
I think
We go
it's-
like upstairs. Downstairs is the food place. You remember that place?
Of course, yeah.
Like there were some people playing Commander at that store,
Yeah, Palestine.
and they were inquiring about the game. I was like, yeah, it's a fun game and everything, and they kind of had that look of like, keep telling me, and then I just walked away.
And you want these people in Flesh and Blood so that LSS makes more money, or why do you care about having them?
Because I would like more people to play Flesh and Blood because I think it's the best game.
Have you not seen us post the meme of "Let me talk about my Lord and Savior, Flesh and Blood"? We just
But
like
I think of it because I like competing in tournaments, and it's the game where you get to compete in tournaments for good value of money based on how your perceived skill can translate to winning.
hey,
It is in my best interest
Yeah.
to have more people play the game.
Because LSS then gets more money, and then they print more cards and host more tournaments.
but also like we have more of a player base, so the events fire.
And I've
which
played enough games in the
Also,
past.
The guild is softer.
And I played enough games in the past that are smaller games where that shit falls apart on a local level, and then you can see it starts deteriorating across the globe for the game. Force of Will was a great example of that, of just like things start falling apart, and then people stop caring about the game. You can't get anyone to get into the game, and then the game just dies.
I had this conversation all weekend because I unfortunately lost my Pokemon playmat that I always play on. So I was playing on my World's Force of Will playmat, and the amount of people were like, "Oh, is that game still alive?" I'm like, "Nah." And then I would have this little description of like the locals died, and then it's just kind of spider webbed up and just crashed. Kind of the nature of all these like secondary card games. And FAB, unfortunately, is not Magic, Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh.
That's it.
And it wouldn't take a lot for the game to just kind of fall apart competitively. It will take a very long time for the game to fall apart, like collector-wise or whatever, casually. But we're talking about all aspects of the game.
Yeah. I just think that they need to have more like targeted
I agree.
efforts.
I feel like we're still getting the experience of LSS not being a big enough company, and they still like the growing pains are going to ripple months, years ahead of time because a lot of the development cycle of everything, and I guarantee their staff is not big enough, and we're still feeling this.
I
have a funny story.
I looked at like the keynote slides for like the 2026.
Yeah.
And I feel like already like a lot better about
just
how
a story Michael
2026 is
was
going to go.
I
wanted to segue back to the
couple
beginning of
things
your
about
how's your
Silver
weekend
Age,
flush
and I just stopped watching, so I should go watch that later.
Well, it's like it's Silver Age is the fact that they're expanding into China, and
That's really good.
yeah. And I think it's just like refocusing on. So they changed like the ELO system, which I think is going to be like slightly better for
Good. System sucks.
for more competitive players. So they're trying to hit like all the things. I'm not saying that I think that they're gonna just like knock it out of the park and like do the best.
I'm sure.
But it's in a better direction. I think 2026 is for sure like a better direction than 2025.
Yeah, I feel so. Like as you said earlier, we kind of had a high expectation because earlier seasons were good and things were slowly getting better on certain things, and past year is kind of
I think
it's kind of a low bar.
Yeah, I think from 2022 to 2024, it was like kind of going up every year.
Yeah.
And then 2025, in a lot of aspects, was going down.
Yeah.
And then now it's
26 is going
back.
and I'm very excited about that. Agree.
Yeah.
I'm just not excited that Silver Age is going to be at the Pro Tour.
I think Silver Age is actually going to be pretty sick.
I hope it is. I would love if
Dude,
it's sick.
okay, if anybody at LSS watches this,
Yeah.
I hope that the Silver Age section at the Pro Tour specifically, they do something like Hearthstone Conquest.
I don't know what that means.
I don't know what that is either.
You bring 3 decks.
Oh,
I show
yeah.
you what the decks are. We each ban one,
Yeah,
and you
yeah.
have to get a win with the other 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If the games are actually short, because like the whole idea is like whether or not you can finish 3 games in the span of 60 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you most certainly can.
Yeah. So if you can finish 3 games in the span of an hour, like totally do that. Because I think that it is.
I think the 20 life games should be best
two
of
out of
3.
three.
I have,
And that could be with different.
when you talk about Hearthstone Conquest, do you think that they should impose a deck building limitation of like, say you have Sirens of Safe Harbor,
Yeah.
you get 3 across all 3 decks, or you get 9?
Well, it'd probably be 2, but
Or you-
yeah.
you know what I mean,
Yeah.
I
You got
like
2. You got 2
yeah.
across all 3 decks.
Okay, so
Didn't they do that for Team Sealed? You can only have a play
They
set.
did like a team.
Yeah, it's Team Sealed, but 1-on-1.
Yeah,
Whatever.
and the reason why I say this is because I think as competitive players, because you're kind of in the marketing materials, you know, like the average casual player probably doesn't interact with even like a calling level event,
right.
but they're gonna kind of look at like you can't have like the competitive players be like, oh, Silver Age like sucks. So you have to make the competitive players have like a fun competitive experience
Yeah.
with Silver Age. So there has to be some kind of like complexity added to it.
I would love
That make that
Yeah.
also, you know, then somebody at home watching it can be like, oh, that looks really cool. I'm gonna build that deck for my next armory.
That would also push the meta so far down for viable heroes because like there are so many heroes in all the formats that are like, why would I play this hero when this other hero in the same class is just doing the same thing better,
Yeah.
like Betsy or something.
Yeah.
But now it's like, okay, I'm just gonna register 3 Bravos to my thing.
And if one hero is just like
Yeah.
super busted, and you like flip it over,
You
like,
just ban it.
you can't play that guy.
I mean that's just
Yeah.
like any like MOBA or whatever. Just gonna ban that.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
like competitive LOR did the same thing,
Yeah.
where you had 3 decks, your opponent could see your champions, and they just ban one.
Dude, Modern
Yeah,
Day
champion,
needs
same
to
thing,
watch
yeah.
this VOD and then join my little campaign.
Yeah.
But I think this is like perfectly logical to do. I don't think you need to campaign very hard because the thing is,
You'd be
when you make rules complex, like having multiple decks, it's a problem at like local and casual level, whereas like at a Pro Tour calling, whatever, you can figure it out. So I think if they just implement that at high, like tier 3, tier 4 events, then it would go over really well and would allow the casual players to see competitive players engaging with it, like you said.
Yeah.
I think that's the best. It's free marketing, basically.
I agree. I like that.
I can
think
see
that-
if you did it at not a competitive level though, like if the like the pick ban thing that you're talking about was at all levels, maybe don't do the you can only have X number of cards across all decks because that
Well, I
does
would
add a
never-
complexity.
I would never want to do the pick ban thing at an armory level, and like that's like my point. It's like I feel like a lot of the efforts in the past like year or two have been like, oh, they're going to do it this way at the Pro Tour, and then so I'm also going to push this at ProQuest and at armories, and that's I think where it's like the lines have to get drawn. Where it's like I don't need the competitive players to play like the exact same like match experience as people at the armory level. If I need them to play in the format and show off the cards and the decks.
I think because they're adding more callings, they can just leverage the calling space where they can run PQs at the more like intermediate beginner player friendly environment, and then have the callings be the place where they like try out the band thing. Like they try out something that's more competitive, because I think even the casual player understands that like, okay, I'm going to a calling, it's not going to be chill like a normal army, like this is serious, like I'm going to have to study the rules, I'm not just going to show up without like knowing how to play the game.
I know, like from talking to a lot of people about Sage, is like these are people where like the peak of their like competitive experience is like PQs and RTNs, and like then they like love Sage. Like we have a couple locals dedicated just to Sage, and like all these people are like finally going to go to their first calling and like showdowns and stuff like that to like just to play Sage. So I think that's great, because all of these people are just like hyper casual people that just like enjoy playing the game, and they enjoy getting like a taste of competitiveness like through PQs and RTNs, but like now they get to go to like a slight step above.
Yeah, they get to flex on all the competitive people about their pet deck.
So,
True.
So the Commoner event I went to, actually they had to cap it at 64 people. There were a bunch of people that couldn't get into it. A lot of people were considering this Goldfoil thing I went to as the last Commoner event. Also, when I was walking by the Blitz event, people were making kind of the same joke of like, this is the last time I get to play Blitz.
That's probably a space issue though.
Whatever, man.
Apparently all the events were like
Oh,
having
it was-
space issues.
Oh yeah, as we lost players, they were literally filling in my event with another event. It was very silly. But, so people were like, I didn't realize this, the Commoner, like, crowd, most of the people there were like, I only play Commoner, or like, I go to all the Commoner events and everything, which
That's what
felt like I
Legends
kind of
should be.
scammed them. But like, so,
I agree.
It's just the people.
Living Legends should be something you do inside events.
yeah,
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
Living Legend side events would have been fun.
I like
But
it.
the-
Well, if they make Living Legend the let's do fun things format, kind of like I was talking about earlier with the identity of the
Yeah,
format,
pick-
what do we
pick
want it
a
to be?
Unban
Is
it
this
all.
the fun format or the CC Plus format? If we make it the fun format, I think making it the side event format is perfect.
You play Living Legend, and then at the beginning of each game, you pick a card that the other person can't play. So you
So
can't play this
the
card.
ban thing is
That'd be
already
something.
something they're kind of implementing. Of the top 8 worlds is like pick a format. So this is like
Well, and they're going to do
Edging on
community bans for Sage.
which you're gonna unzip me.
Don't unzip me!
Let's talk
We
about
haven't talked
that.
about that yet?
Let's talk about it. Why
That's
not?
like the most important thing.
Hold on. Before that, Noah, how was your weekend in Flesh and Blood? Because you missed that at the beginning of the pod.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've hung out with 1 million people.
Get unzipped.
I basically leveraged this weekend to interact with humans rather than play cards, because I keep losing so much that I'm not allowed to continue playing in the tournaments. So I've been forced to socialize.
Unlucky.
However,
So you get my normal experience.
what do you mean? You calling yourself a celebrity?
No, I call myself a scrub.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
if you don't-
I socialize a
and
lot.
Pheano's just like
I
walking around
see,
talking to like all the
I
other
see.
people.
Very good, very good.
Here's why we're a content creator instead.
Yeah, I was trying to like,
I'm a genius.
play poker with the card guys all weekend, and I just kept on like having to play Flesh and Blood. Like,
You kept winning, I know. So I'm yeah.
So you're saying?
Yeah, okay, so I want to tell one story. You spawned it in my head when you were talking about ripple effect earlier. You know how Naib is a notorious person for putting completely trash cards in his deck?
Oh, absolutely.
So he plays Ripple Away in his Cinder deck. and Michael Feng was telling me a story of Naive is Syndra, Michael is Gravy,
Oh no.
and Michael clicks the hook, and Naive is like, okay. And then Michael plays a chart. He like clicks the hook. He's like, oh wait, actually I'm gonna do chart. And Naive is like, Michael's about to put the cards in the graveyard. And he's like, stop the presses. I have a response. Ripple away. Michael Mills, sink below in a blue. Wouldn't have even made a gold anyway. And then proceeds to attack with Leyline into Murderous Rabble, into Conk, into an ally, and kills him because he just discarded his only 3 blocks. So that was a great story I heard. Yeah.
I spawned my brain, my favorite interaction of the day, and I finally got someone with it. So, if you didn't know, in the 20 health formats, the not Blitz, the garbage guardian equipment from the protector thing where you block with it, they get a token or whatever, the chess piece makes a bigger token. So into a Kodachi deck, that just absolutely wrecks them because now they can't pitch a card if they don't have an outlet for it.
Yeah.
And my opponent goes Kodachi for 1, I slam, no blocks. I'm assuming they're going to like razor me or whatever to get their Kodachi go again. Nope, take 1, pitch another card. And I'm like, please read Kodachi. And they read Kodachi. Please read Kodachi out loud. They read a Kodachi out loud. Oh, I'm like, it's my turn.
Halt, you violated the law.
It was a good game. I'm sorry I BM'd you, but you should know that, I guess. That's why the card's in my deck.
All the angles.
Yeah. You can actually play a lot of those because you can play the hat.
The hat one's actually really cute. They're already gonna have an arsenal, whatever you want
agreed.
card. The might token hands are kind of troll though. That feels like the space where Husk is, because Husk you end up taking damage if the game goes long enough. So the might token hands is like I'm just trying to stop it on hit or something. Those are kind of troll when you have like Blade Becker and shit. But like whatever. I digress.
Indeed.
I want to find a way to
Are
give
you-
a Prism like 3 Vigor tokens so they can't activate Imperial Rapture and so they can't get go again. They just have like 3 floating.
They can't use the weapon you're saying, like because they haven't pitched
Yeah,
the
yeah, they just have 3 floating.
What happens when they play like a Figment from hand?
I just get completely screwed. I just gave them 3 free resources.
Damn it. You bailed them out.
What were we going to talk about? It was something to do with Sage, right?
We're trying to unzip you.
You unzip you.
The community bans.
Take your pants off.
I'm so excited that Wizard and Illusionist will never be the best.
You literally have a hole in your cross.
That's why the phone is here.
Oh,
I'm a genius.
I'm late to the party. I'm sorry.
I actually.
No misplays.
Why do you always stay for your
I
lap?
think
Just laugh.
I feel
You're
like the
allowed to
complete
laugh.
opposite from you on the community
You just
bans.
eat your laughs?
Why?
You thought, yeah, go off, King.
Hey.
See,
I think-
it's like your Cookie Monster, didn't you? Just like, yeah, see, there you go. I got it. Okay, proceed.
I think the community bans are fine. If you think about it from like a practical standpoint, like the format's not. supposed
Yours
to
is
be
infectious, so it's
hyper-competitive.
fucking me up.
But we're going to be playing this at the Pro Tour.
Yeah.
But community already makes bans. We have Twitter.
Okay.
They read my tweets.
Well, no. So I think that like this is like similar to my take on LL, where I think that at its core, Sage is like a very like community-oriented format in terms of what it's like trying to.
But it's at the Pro Tour.
Huh?
But it's at the Pro Tour, so it's not a community format anymore.
Yeah.
Checkmate.
Yeah, so they make like the Conquest one, so the Conquest Sage is at the Pro Tour.
Oh, that would be fantastic if they were like.
So a different format.
Yeah,
Yeah.
different format.
Yeah.
So not reality.
Yes.
Okay,
You don't know
good talk.
that. You don't know that.
You don't know
Yeah, you don't know that.
Okay, in Magical Christmas Land,
Someday they'll make a real dev
yeah.
talk and they'll tell us.
Yeah.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Well, I'm just like offering up.
If only.
I'm offering up the.
Players are great at identifying when there is a problem.
Yeah.
They are bad at finding the solution.
But
Players should not be in control of balance.
yeah, but this is like whether or not you believe that democracy works as like a form of.
I just look at America, it doesn't.
No, but I think that like the thing is that for like practical purposes,
So when you
they
work
only
on
have
you
so
do.
many employees to work on so many things,
is
and
my
then
pants.
rather than spend their like development and balancing time to make like a super curated like balanced CC experience.
I would,
just can't believe
I
we
would
woke up this
rather.
morning. No. We gotta resolve this. You woke up this morning with one pants.
Yes.
Holy pants. The hole's in the worst spot. And you said, yes, I will go into the world. I will venture out with holy pants. Nothing will go wrong with me.
Nothing's
I won't
going
go to
wrong.
the store and buy new pants. I'm in
Dick's
America. There's so many stores. You can buy any kind of pants. You have 1 million people your size. You could borrow our pants.
Oh wait, that's
I
genius.
have 6 pants.
Wait,
I
that's
could give
genius.
you a pants.
I should have done that. Wait, you're genius.
Yes.
I
Ask
know
for help,
multiple
dude.
people.
I could
that
give
wear
you a
multiple
pants is my favorite
That's also
sentence
true.
I've heard all weekend. I have 6 pants. Surely I could give you a pants.
I have 1,500 that I could buy pants with.
Wait, is the plural pants? Pant? Single and plural? Pant?
Pants.
One pant?
Pant is a leg. Pants are, it's like scissors, you know? 2 blades. We're learning. This is educational. YouTube flag is educational.
I went up to the Faye brothers. I'm like, what is a multiple
Yeah,
of
true.
the Faye brothers? And we're like,
The Faye brothers. Go ahead.
yeah.
I'm pretty sure the fourth brother's here.
No,
Yeah?
he's not. No, there's just a guy who looks like them. He's with them. No, but I was like, I asked him. I asked one of them, like, what is the multiple of croissants?
Croissants is the plural of croissants.
They were like the
Wait, we're not going to have a blockout party flavor question this time.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah. The Faye brothers from Blockout Party.
Someone go find him.
But we went with
I don't either.
Dozen or
Blockout Party?
something. I
Oh,
was
you don't
like,
watch our podcast.
I guess, man.
No.
Okay,
We,
so,
we have a guy, Mike, Blockout Party. He makes fantastic YouTube videos, but like one per 958 years.
Yeah.
And he always submits a question of like trivia.
Okay.
Like, how many cards in Flesh and Blood have Arcanite in the
Oh
name?
yeah. I've seen that.
Oh yeah.
He's local to us.
Wait, what? He makes? Is he the one who makes like the history of
Yeah,
like
yeah,
yeah. Yeah,
like how Starvo LL?
Exactly.
Oh yeah, those videos are great.
man, he's
Make more,
getting a
please.
free plug here.
Yeah. I
Whatever motivates him to make more videos.
would like turn those videos and fall asleep
Can
to
he
them. They're
sponsor us?
fantastic.
He's getting the free plug, and the people watching are getting like free brain rot.
True. I mean, that's what they're here for.
I spent most of my day on Sora AI, so I've consumed it.
Okay, what were we saying about Sage?
Huh? Oh, I was just
Voting.
saying, I was just saying that I think that like I don't believe that when the community bans, they're going to be the best bands for the best format objectively. But I think that people are going to vote and then
Oh, you're going to be on Wiki Feet now.
free. You
For
don't have to pay for
free.
this?
Take off your socks. You'll get more views.
Yeah, show the people your souls.
Like they're not gonna. They're. I don't believe that you're gonna get the best bands, but I believe that you're gonna get bands that the community will find acceptable because they did it.
They'll probably be the least amount of community outrage by doing this.
Yeah, because they did it.
So
You banned this hero. It's like, for example, like Verdance is broken, and then somebody starts like a campaign to get Fang banned out of the format instead, and then he wins.
But like, how are they going to do the votes? Like, are they going to do it like you do it on your like profile? They're going to send out like this.
You know how I think
Yeah,
they
just
should
let
do
us,
it?
if
You know
if
how I
it's
think they
through your
should do
gem, let us, DM us if you want to sell your gem account login.
The way that I think that they should do it is that at every sanctioned Sage event, you get to put in one vote, like one ballot for like whatever.
I was gonna say something similar. You have like you get one vote, and to be able to vote, you have to play X amount of games. Like if you
I'm just trying
haven't
to get more
played,
people to
if
play
you
more
haven't played
Sage
like 20
Yeah.
games, then you shouldn't be able to vote. Like why is Noah, who's never played a Sage event, get a vote? Fuck you.
Yeah,
Come
well, so
on for me.
I think
I love Sage.
because I think it's easier to do like the way that I said it,
Dude,
where
wait.
it's like
I'm getting caught in the
you go to
crossfire.
Armory, you play Sage, and then the
What happens when you're in the
LGS
middle?
owner just like collects the responses and then like sends it in with the results.
Oh, is that the
They
Neo
could,
hoodie?
they could do it like American Idol, where
So nice.
on their dev talk, they're like, text this number, your vote to win.
But like depending on how
Oh,
they're doing.
somebody's gonna like bot farm.
Just don't do something we can bot farm. Don't let me be able to make like 50 fucking gem accounts and just be like, I'm just gonna.
Imagine LSNS has to get into like election security in order to like, in order to execute on this idea.
That'd be
The
funny.
voter fraud rampant. Iceland remains in shambles.
They can make it just dumb. Just you can only vote on this if you win a pro quest.
Mail in your rebate to LSS
Oh,
headquarters.
that's what they give.
Imagine if
No,
they-
you're banned from voting if you win.
Oh, you're banned from voting.
No, just mail it in.
No, you get a
Yeah.
vote.
Send a
every time you
physical
play an
letter to
event
LSS
until you win
with
a
your vote.
ProQuest.
The postage. Out
Yeah.
of control.
Yep.
Yeah, you have to do like a license verification. Like if you send in your vote, you have to also have like a picture of your license.
You send them your social security card.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
They have to mail it back.
But I want to know though, what are they going to do with XP? I really care.
Nothing.
Oh, they,
Get fucked.
Every time I
they said that they were going to like redo
Oh, you
some kind of
matched.
rewards,
You actually
right?
matched your socks.
I don't know, man. I'm getting
grabbed-
Oh, I've
real
been,
close
I've
to
been judging the whole
10k
time, but I've had
XP.
so many other pressing matters that I haven't brought up
I
yet.
heard.
Oh, I
that-
just grabbed 2 socks
I
out of
heard
my
that they were going to
suitcase and said,
revisit
"Fuck it."
giving some kind of like rewards for people who just play a lot.
They're at least similar style.
Every time I've talked to
I saw
James White in
blue.
the past 3 years, 4 years, there has just been. He's like, something's coming. Trust. Where is it?
It'll be here when the dev talk gets here.
Oh.
You can't open the Christmas presents early.
I've been waiting like 5 years for this. They had one thing.
There's no way you were
Since the
waiting
first
5 years for
armory,
this.
I've been waiting.
The game has only been out
You haven't
for
even
like
been
4
playing
years.
for 5 years.
4 years, whatever, man. But no, they had one thing. It was for Queenstown or whatever.
How is it that you just showed your index finger so menacingly? I thought it was middle. Like that was very aggressive.
They've done one thing for it. It was the Queenstown. It was that heavy
So much
hitters or
attitude.
whatever.
Oh, celebrational?
The celebrational.
I think there should be more of those.
They were like, yeah, each person that's the highest in each region. I had twice as much XP at the time as 2 of the people that went, and then some of the people weren't even on the list. They're just like, we're gonna invite random people. What am I? Nothing?
Yes.
Okay.
You asked.
Roasted.
No, I think they'll do something.
Dude, how have you been sitting here this whole time? My ass hurts.
Yep.
See, you bring a butt pillow?
I have to use the bathroom anyway.
We're probably going to yap a little bit more about this, but if any viewers have any questions, feel free to drop them in the chat and we'll start answering them soon.
There's so much. Okay.
You're gonna be pissing in the mic.
Maybe they wanted to go on an adventure with me.
No. Just put the mic on the dog, and yeah, there you go.
Oh.
This is flashbacks of when we were climbing the mountain in Japan. Good time.
I am hopeful Sage is going to be good, though.
Me too. I want the game to succeed. I don't. Yeah.
I think Azalea will get a lot of votes.
I also want there to be multiple formats to play the game. I've talked about this a lot recently. The game needs multiple formats, so there's more than one way to engage with the hobby. When one format, it's like Magic. If Standard is bad, you go play Modern. Modern is bad, go Draft. Don't like the Draft format, go play Commander. There's a million ways to engage with the hobby. That's one of the other reasons that I hate this whole like you're banned from playing ProQuest thing. I can't do anything to engage with the game if I'm banned from playing ProQuest, so there's nothing else to do.
I put that blame more on the community rather than on LSS. Because like Commander started off as like a fan format.
Okay, get rid of Commander. There's still a million ways to engage with the hobby.
They have multiple online official programs for Magic. You know how many we have? 0.
Yeah, but I already explained this, and the reason is because James White is a time traveler. He's like John Connor,
Yeah.
and he's here to help us fight against like
The game
AI
is
overlord.
called Flesh and Blood. We want the game to be played in the Flesh and Blood. I get it, but if I get
but
banned
you don't
from the
understand.
game,
But you don't understand like the actual purpose for LSS as a company is to raise funds for the resistance. And that's why fundamentally you can't have a digital client. You're like
That's fine. No
supporting
digital
him.
client.
You're
I don't care about
supporting
that. Let me engage with the game in paper.
Well, you can do it if you just have friends who want to play Flesh and Blood. But
we
you
don't have friends. Stop flexing.
How are you going to have friends that play Flesh and Blood when they're all still playing the ProQuest?
They're all playing it.
Nah,
Even Noah.
I think the way the Flesh and I think it's just that the way the Flesh and Blood community engages with the game right now is still like very competitive focused.
Correct.
I think that these things are going to change in the next like 2 years.
But like, okay, going back to Magic. Even if I'm competitive focused in Magic, which there's plenty of people that engage with the game that way, I can go engage with Magic in other ways than the one format if I can't play that format.
You can't. What are you talking about? Have you ever grinded GPs? You just grind whatever the format the GP is.
And then there's other things that you can play.
Yeah, but you will never play those.
No,
Why
I'm
would
trying
you-
to say like
There's like 1Ks and 5Ks all the time locally.
But that's store sponsoring them, no?
Yeah, that's a community.
Sure.
Okay,
But that already exists though. So then the structure exists already for that.
All right.
This is already an ongoing thing.
Yuanji,
That's not an ongoing thing in this
As
game.
Austin's walking back, what did you two do as a wind down from Living Legend? What did you play? Casual Magic online. we can't fucking do that in this game. You guys just like went and did like vintage cube or whatever.
Yeah, that's great. I would do casual Super Slam draft.
With who? Where?
Well, that's my
Processing.
Well, the problem is that nobody at the house wants to have any fun, so we're not drafting Super Slam.
If you got a box, I would have drafted. I'm the Super Slampion.
I got 2. Where's the other 6?
Hey, I don't know about you. I have played so much Super Slam this weekend. I had fun.
I actually really wish that the.
Well, you never went
format-
to Montreal, huh?
No, I did go to
Oh,
Montreal.
yeah, you did some
I wish that the formats for this Pro Tour were actually LL and Super Slam Limited.
I'm signed up.
I wish that it was LL Super Slam Limited. Fuck CC.
We got 30 minutes, right?
Kind of true, honestly.
Wait, also you said
Yeah, because like CC is honestly like the stalest of all the stale formats.
Yeah.
I never did that. I'll be back. I don't need my phone. Do I need my phone?
No, you need your gem ID though.
I don't know my gem ID.
I'm team Living Legends.
Go.
I'm just gonna
I
tell.
also think CCS,
go steal Austin's
ironically,
phone.
has like some of the least comeback potential.
Yeah, true.
In games.
That's what I was saying. I was like my game that I lost into
Thanks.
Verdance. I just like didn't flip an attack, so they took 1 less damage, and because they didn't take like the 1 point of damage, I can't do anything to close the game out.
Yeah.
I'm just like short 1 point of damage.
Yeah.
Like how am I gonna like rub the genie lamp?
Yeah.
Give me 1.
Yeah, there's no way. LL, you can always make something happen.
Yeah.
You have the mic, right? Yeah.
I do.
So many of my LL games. It's just like I'm doing nothing.
Is that unplayable?
It's
Sure.
like I'm doing nothing. You take 35.
Yeah. It's great. I agree. It's just a different way of engaging with the game.
And then everybody who's like, I also, I don't know. I think Austin or Jamie was saying that most people that they talked to, oh, it was Jimmy. Jimmy was saying that most of the people that he talked to said that they didn't have fun playing Living Legend. But I don't know. I talked to like all of my opponents in the calling, like afterwards, we talked about the games, and like basically like none of the games, or they were like, except for I guess like some like Runeblade mirrors, they were like, oh, I couldn't do anything. It was always like there was like some kind of like fundamental like strategy error that they were making that they can like improve on for the next time.
Yeah, I felt the same way.
I think most of the people around me during Worlds didn't seem to be enjoying the format too much.
Yeah.
I was enjoying my games. A couple of my opponents seemed to be enjoying. Like when I had a real game with my opponent, they seemed to be enjoying the format. But I did see a sentiment around me of just like, murmur, I don't like this.
Yeah, it's because you're all around all the curmudgeon tryhards who just like aren't actually good enough to.
Yeah. Yes.
Curmudgeon tryhards. That's a good combo.
I'm trying to stir the Twitter beef. Next beef.
Yeah, just like all the people trying to just flipping coins.
See, like that's the thing is that everyone says that LL is just flipping coins, but I think it's like flipping weighted coins.
Sure.
Something that I have a lot of experience in.
Being weighty?
Being witty.
No, weighty. Like,
Weighty.
yeah.
Yeah,
You're someone who carries lots of weight.
Yeah.
You have experience, yes.
Yes. Yeah, I love me a good 60-40.
Yeah, sure.
I dimmed about it, like doing my games a little bit and in the testing process, but at the end of the day, whatever. The sentiment I heard from a lot of people was like, whatever, it wasn't great. It was a little bit of a negative play experience, but the bright side is we never have to do this again.
That was a sentiment I heard from other people. I'm ready to not have to play this anymore.
Right.
Oh, I wish I could play another calling tomorrow in LL.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, I would have actually been fine with it just being all LL. I was having a good time. I was
500
enjoying the
people signed up
strategy.
for the calling.
It's actually a real tournament.
Yeah, I was like, if I didn't day 2, I was ready to just go play the calling instead. I would have been fine with that. Just give me a chance to play more Dromai. I'm happy with this.
Reese was like, I'm playing in the calling. It's a wild wasteland. I know your tournament was very different because you played against like just the expected decks.
I played against 3.5 different decks. I played Starvo, Dromai, Viscerai, and I played one chain.
And he was like, I'm playing against people who don't even know what their own cards do. They were like, somebody just handed me a deck because I didn't have another event to play in, and I don't actually know what my next strategy or game plans or sideboards are, but I'm just here to hopefully bazinga you before you bazinga me, and that's my idea of fun. Coming from like a Yu-Gi-Oh background, like honestly, like sometimes like when I was testing LL and even in Worlds, like my LL games, I was just kind of like, yeah, you know, sometimes like shit like this happens. Like I can't get like too terribly salty about it because
Was two ships ever meta?
no. But boy, did I try.
Yeah, I think coming from Yu-Gi-Oh and a little bit of modern Magic definitely helps with my mental.
Yeah.
It's like sometimes
He's playing versus
opponent
Fluffles.
is just him and you're not, and that's okay. I think
Why'd you say
people
two
get
ships?
like upset by
They're just like the
variance.
funniest,
Like
like,
at the end of the
looking
day, we're not
cards
playing chess.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like you're just gonna get out variance sometimes. And
I
that
like
just
two
is what it
ships
is.
and I like the.
Oh well, like it
the danger.
kind of sucks, and if it like ends
Oh, the
your
danger?
tournament,
Yeah.
like, that's
But those are actually
pretty
good cards.
frustrating. But
Damn it.
Actually, a lot of them are bad.
from what I understood, like a lot of people like actually
But some of them are good.
put that much time into
They're basically either ban-worthy or trash. It's a very interesting dynamic.
Yeah, that also
comfort.
that also
Also
seemed to be
the,
the case of people just not putting that much
they're just, like,
time
the perfect cards for
into
you.
the format, just kind of
Because
writing
they're
it
all
off and
variants.
playing a deck
Did you know what they do?
like Starvo or something, just like whatever, fucking send it.
You reveal it in your hand. Your opponent rolls a die. You discard a random card from your hand.
Yeah.
If it was that card, unlucky. If not, you special it and you draw.
Oh, dude, that
It's a
reminds
perfect
me-
cards for you.
Yeah, I have like a mini.
Dangerous,
Do you
yeah.
do you have like another topic that you want to talk about? I just have like a little mini rant about how Flesh and Blood players are like the worst card game players of all time.
No, let's. That sounds like a great topic to end the pod on.
Okay.
Okay, but
Yeah.
elaborate.
I mean, I assume that's what it means by he's going to talk about it. He's not going to just say Flesh and Blood players suck. End of pod.
All right,
No. They don't suck. They don't suck. They're just really bad
I
card game
value you
players.
as a person. I know I roasted you earlier. Pheano's roasting you now, but I value you as a person, and I want this to be known. Exactly. Let's go.
No.
No. I think that every Flesh and Blood player has at least 40% Delulu, where they think that they're not playing a card game. They think that they're playing like chess or some other kind of like hyper strategic game where they're trying to like eliminate all the variance out of their game, as if like that is like the mark of somebody who's like accomplished or whatever. And I'm just like full sending. It's like I'm gonna like lean into having variance, but I'm gonna try to like manipulate the variance so that it's in my favor.
That was something that I was talking about a lot, like half a year ago, maybe. I think that sounds right, because we were talking about that a lot before, I believe. I'm talking about like creating positive variance for myself. Like I'm trying to eliminate as much of the negative variance as I can, as you know, you should. But I'm trying to engineer situations to create positive variance for myself. Like, hey, if things go normal, we play a normal game. But I have these moments where I might get a free win out of this positive variance. Like I have this spike turn that like I'm not like expecting that to happen, but some percentage of the time, like maybe 30% of the time, this situation comes up and I just instantly win the game off of it, and I'm just gonna get some free wins.
I'll give you a tangible example. So Raj and I sub 3 Tome of the Arknights in our Viscera deck. Tome of the Arknight, I think no matter like what your split is, usually hits around like 47% of the time, 47% of the time. I talked to like a bunch of people at the tournament. Only my last round opponent also subbed Tome of the Arknight, and he subbed 2. I'll get to that later. I talked to this other group of people who were playing Viscera, and they're like, oh yeah, we sub Blue Sift. And I'm like, why'd you sub Blue Sift? And they're like, oh, it's like fake Become the Arknight. And like, I understand the reasoning, but at the same time, it's also like, so it's like,
It's missing a tome with extra steps.
You're adding on variance to get like a suboptimal result. So it's like, I'm gonna YOLO here to maybe draw the card that I want. Whereas like if I YOLO and I hit, I get an extra card. You know, I get like a positive outcome.
Yeah.
I actually told Ricardo literally, like, he started building his LL deck, like, what, Friday night or whatever.
Yeah.
And I was like, do whatever you can to, like, just high roll your opponents.
Yeah.
And he was like, I'm like, all right, man.
Yeah, and I think like everybody who's like complaining about like all these things, like it's the same thing with like KO, and it's like I don't want to like draw and discard a random card, and it's like you can make an educated guess about what your hand is going to look like.
That's true.
And there's things you can do like with Arsenal and like stuff to like manipulate to like make it better for you.
And the other thing with like the tome, I remember you talking about this on like on a Discord call or something, and I really like this logic. If I'm already casting a blue, I'm already like down horrendous. I don't want to be casting a blue. So if I'm in a spot where I'm going to be casting a blue, I might as well cast a blue that some percentage of the time just fucking wins the game.
Yeah.
Like this either does like what I'm sacking a point maybe because I'm playing a blue. Like a blues are usually worth like 1.
Whoa. For what format? What hero?
We're talking about Viscerai, obviously.
Nice. I don't know, man.
Enigma.
All the best.
Some of them
all the
blues
best
are
decks
hitters.
in the game, like ever, are decks that want to cast blues.
Oh, we don't need to go down this rabbit hole.
But like that's the point. It's like I think my rant is just about like Flesh and Blood players aren't like willing to give themselves like a risky chance to win.
It was another situation today in one of my games where it was a Sash turn, and we've built our decks to be primarily 2-cost attacks, and I'm playing into a matchup where I have Red Buck Wild sided out. Are we still good or no?
No. His phone keeps going to sleep
Oh,
mode.
I see. It's relatable.
Yeah.
It did not do that the entire time we were sitting here.
So I do my turn, and it's Blood Rush. At the end, I do Savage Feast,
Maybe that's why.
and I have 1 floating on a Sash turn. So I'm drawing a random card off the top, and I pop my shoes, and my opponent is like extremely confused. When it's like, okay, I'm in a position where hitting on this here is a way that I get back in the game, and I built my deck to be primarily 2-cost attacks. So like, sure, I whiff. I don't know, like
60% of the time or something.
yeah, it's close to 50-50 because there's like
Are
rough
you like
shot.
behind?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm in a situation where like converting this into an attack puts me in a position where I'm probably going to win, and if I just draw a random card and it's bad, my thinking is like if it's a bad card and it's a blue anyway, I'm in a bad position. But if it's a red attack, I just want to cast it on this turn while I have the Blood Rush, and it's like very valuable.
To your point that you started this with, a lot of players that perceive themselves to be good and perceive that to be like a skill of the game are trying to remove variance. And the real skill is understanding when you're supposed to lean into the variance.
I have a finishing touch to this story. This was today in the Battle Hardened that this happened, and I put in 1 red Clash of Might because he's always been my friend, and I have a stamped foil one, and he's never let me down. And I took out a blue because I did the 29 blues like you were saying, like just basically like whatever, screw it. Some matches I'll just like have 1 subpar blue, and I drew that Clash of Might, which would have been a blue normally, but now is a red 2-cost. Boom, send it 8. It was perfect. Yeah, he knew when to come through. Yeah.
All right, any other thoughts on anything?
No.
All right, anything that you guys want to say or plug before we sign off?
What are you guys looking forward to most next year?
Getting to go to Japan. I don't care about playing Flesh and Blood. I care about going to Japan.
Agree.
Well, I really want to go to Calling Shanghai.
Huh?
I really want to go to Calling Shanghai.
Wait, if they have that, I will go with you.
What's the name?
Oh, wait, also
It's
April.
announced.
It's the weekend before Japan.
Oh, we did the big trip.
Oh my god, we already booked our flight for Japan.
Yeah, imagine misplaying.
You could you usually can change.
Do you want to actually do that? I'd be down. Yeah. Okay. Perfect.
What is this?
Calling Shanghai.
Oh, calling.
Yeah. Yeah, calling Shanghai into Japan.
China's like more obnoxiously American Japan.
Yeah.
That's what it
want to
is.
elaborate this?
Huh?
You want to more elaborate why?
Oh, hi.
Well, it's like you're in Asia,
Very good.
Radio.
and then everyone thinks that the Chinese are like the most like obnoxious, like touristy, whatever. It's like the same. It's like the same way that the rest of the world feels about America.
Yeah.
It's just how like everybody feels about Chinese people. So we'll fit right in.
Very good.
Alrighty. Thanks for watching, everyone. We're gonna go play in some side events and
Run.
and run.
And hopefully Pheano can acquire new pants.
Yeah, I have money now. I can buy pants. Oh, man, I misplayed so hard with putting these in my bag. I didn't realize. Here's your phone.
Hashtag Lucas smells for 10%.
Yeah, I was hanging out with
True.
What?
all the Asians with
Oh my God, my legs are
CYK and
jello.
Gordy and Michael and PTL.
Yeah.
Yeah, just in general, it's in the air. Calling Shanghai.
How do I turn this
It's the
off?
time.
Hashtag
This?
Lucas smells for 10% off. I didn't say for what.
Nice. 10% off stank.
This.